I'd love to end today's episode with another song from one of my early musicals. This is from a show that I wrote years ago called You Can't Skate Mate, where I play Samantha, the tomboy youth worker. She's in her 30s and one of my early forays into female impersonation, one of the many acting tropes in my arsenal. So to explain, we did You Can't Skate Mate at Summer Heights High as a full-blown production in '05, I believe. But I had already staged the show before as a two-hander with my co-op theatre group in the 90s in my tiny little theatre. So that was the original genesis of the show, and it was me and my friend Sally from my theatre days in the co-leads of Kimmy and Samantha. Sally wasn't the best actress, but she was, willing to do what I said, so beggars can't be choosers. It was, as I say, a fairly small production. We were doing it for audiences of 3 people some nights, and 2 of those were the crew, so small beginnings. But so my character, Samantha, who works at the youth centre next to this skate park where the boys hang out, and she's a tomboy herself and a keen skateboarder, and she drops in on the ramp sometimes, and we had a small on stage little vert ramp that I came down, and I made her quite a butch lass with the hip padding and for days, and yeah, she carried herself in a very like a young Jodie Foster kind of tomboyish way. And Sally played the very pretty young blonde Kimmy, who moves into this town, and she falls in love with a local boy. Who spends all his time at the skate park, and I also played the boy. It was a multiple character show with quick changes. So in order to get this boy's attention, Kimmy's hanging out at the skate park. She's flirting, she's wolf whistling, etc. And the boy pays her no attention. I'm just like skating away, and so then Kimmy tries to skate over, and she skates, fails miserably, flat on the face, stacks it, whacks her head on the ground and gets a concussion, and all the boys just laugh. So Samantha, I do a quick change, the youth worker, my character, the lead, she comes up with this plan that she's going to shave Kimmy's head and get her to pretend that she's a boy. Are you following? So Sally actually did a buzz cut for the show. We did it live on the first night. I made her do it. And it was sort of an 11 from Stranger Things style thing. So look, Samantha, my character, and Kimmy show up at the skate park, and Samantha says, "Hey guys, meet the new boy in town called Timmy." And so Kimmy, as Timmy, tries to befriend her love interest while pretending to be a boy, but it doesn't work because she still can't skate. And then, they all think she's just some weird idiot boy with a buzz cut. But then Samantha comes up with a plan. She's going to teach Kimmy how to skate so she can impress the boy and, win his heart. So, look, Samantha begins this intensive skate training program, and, the reviews for the show were very harsh for the original production. One of them called Samantha the predatory lesbian character, which was very unfair, especially because Sally wrote the review. But anyway, so look, the song I'm going to play for you now, it's my big number, Butch Samantha's Showstopper song, where I teach young Timmy, Sally with the shaved head, pretending to be a boy, how to skate. Here we go.
Hey there, young girl, boy. You want to learn how to skate? Well, listen to Samantha. Front side in, back side in. You want to know how to grind? You really blowing my mind, boy. Heel flip, baby. Lip slide. You gotta check if it's damp. Then jump in the vertical ramp. Just do what Samantha does. I'm a tomboy, watch me ride. And oh my golly, you're doing an ollie. Young man, it's never too late. I'm gonna teach you to skate. I'm gonna teach you to skate. Goofy foot 360 flip. You got focus your mind. Then you can do a nose grind. Just watch what Samantha does. You can see my tomboy style. Then oh my golly, you're doing an ollie. Young man, it's never too late. I'm gonna teach you to skate. Baby, I'm gonna teach you to skate. Young man, it's never too late for you to ride that board and be a boy. Yes, I'm gonna teach you to skate.